What up, y'all? It's your boy Drill Sergeant Lynch. I'm back again with another motherfucking video. First things first, all the new subscribers. Hey, I want to thank y'all so much for coming by, stopping by, and checking out this page right here. Unfortunately, y'all, I don't put as much energy into this page, man. I don't put that much energy into this page. I'm working on, I don't know, I'm thinking of ways to put more energy into this page so I can give y'all some more, just more stuff on how it is in the Army nowadays. Basic training is a lot different as far as, you know, dealing with this pandemic and everything. And I don't really know if this is Army wide. I'm sure it probably is, but I just don't know for sure, man. So we've added a new phase to basic training. Now that we have this whole pandemic and all this virus going on, there's a new phase that we've added to basic training. It's called yellow phase, man. And let me tell y'all what yellow phase is all about. Some of y'all are gonna be wondering what it is. I don't know, you know, if the recruiters are letting y'all know or anything like that. But just a couple of things I want to tell y'all. Some crazy stuff happened in my unit with the trainees for this yellow phase. So yellow phase is now the new, it's like a reception. It's the new reception that you do. Instead of going straight to like a reception battalion or whatever, you go, you get back, you get to your post. I know here on my post, the first thing that people did when they came here going to basic training was go get tested. The first thing they did was get tested. And I don't know what time, you know what I'm saying? It could be any time of day really, but we went late at night. After they get tested and everybody gets tested, I think from there they wait on results from there. And I think they went on results, man. All I know, they got tested and we went to go pick them up from right there. We went to go pick them up and it was, I don't know, 9, 10, 11. You know, it was late at night. I remember laying down. I remember one night, because we didn't receive everybody in one big group. It was broken down into 2 groups. And it's crazy because at your unit, you're not exactly sure how many trainees you're actually going to be getting, man. We thought we were going to be getting a lot more than what we actually got. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. So we went on ahead and picked up our group that we were picking up, right? The first night that we picked them up. In fact, it's so crazy because the first night that we were expecting to pick up some trainees, we didn't actually get them. So we were there and it's crazy. The drill sergeants, we packed up everything and we prepared. We were prepared to live in the barracks for 3 freaking weeks. 3 weeks, yellow phase, man. 2.5 weeks, something like that, right? So we packed all our stuff up. PTs, I didn't wear any ACUs because everything that we did was gonna be outside. It's gonna be so hot, and on top of that, the trainees didn't even have ACUs. So we packed up our PTs and we were living in the barracks waiting to receive the trainees. The first night that the drill sergeants were there, nothing. We didn't get any trainees. So the second night we were there, we actually picked up our first group of trainees. We picked them up. The first thing that we did was brought them to the barracks after they got tested at whatever medical site they went to. Brought them to the barracks. They got tested. We fed them. Gave them an MRE. Their first MRE, like their first night they get there, they get an MRE. So we went on ahead and did a little inventory of the stuff that they had. We took their electronics from them because they can't have electronics in the barracks and stuff like that. Made sure we took their electronics, searched their stuff, make sure it was good to go. Little bit of paperwork. We got them some linen and we bedded them down. We got them some beds and we bedded them down. Now, that being said, that very first night they got there, the next day counts as their day 1 of in processing. And I don't remember exactly what they did. I know, in fact, I can tell you what they did. We woke them up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to be at this next spot they need to be to. We got to this place and they did their medical moment of truth. So they sat down with some medics and they did all their medical in processing paperwork that they're supposed to do at reception. From there, if I'm not mistaken, once they got done doing that, from there, they went to we took them to the next place to go get fitted for their boots. Once they were done with that, I think that's all they did. I'm pretty sure that's all they did. We brought them back about dinner time. Once we got them back, we had the next day that they didn't really have anything to do. So we woke them up the next morning. We didn't do any PT. I don't remember exactly what the schedule was. Maybe I'll tell you on another video exactly what the schedule was. I'm just going to give y'all the basics of what yellow phase is. We brought them back. That same night, we received another group. So we had to do the same thing for them their first night. And then their second day, which is actually counts as their day one, we took them to do the same thing. And then that was the first group's day 2. See how it's they're kind of staggering like that? So we had to make plans for stuff like this, right? The third day, on their third day, we took them back to the boot place, and they actually received their boots that day. And then on top of that, they went and they gave blood. They went and gave blood and what was it called? Immunizations. I think they gave blood and they got shots, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. I think that's what happened. So that's what they did on their third day. Now, we had 2 different groups, so we didn't want to have to start. We didn't want to jump into stuff and then, the other group wasn't there for it, so we didn't freaking do the same thing with them. What we did in my company was waited for everybody to get done with their day 3. Once everyone was done with day 3, that's when we actually started incorporating and teaching them PRT. We taught them some of the basics of like marching and stuff like that. That's fine, but when it comes to PT, we're not going to teach them any PT until everybody's done with their day 3. I mean, we just didn't want to start having formations on day 2. And then the next group, they're going to their day 1 and they missed the formation. And then we have to reteach, the prep drill and the recovery drill and all that good stuff. So we just waited, man. We just waited. We went on ahead and knocked out, basic marching movements, customs and courtesies, stuff like that. I'm going to get a better list for y'all so I can let y'all know more in depth of stuff that we did. But they also had a lot of classes. They had IG classes, they had sharp classes. And what we did with that was the drill sergeants that were not actually participating in the yellow phase, because we didn't have all the drill sergeants in my company participating in yellow phase. There was only 6 of us at one point. And then once we got everybody in there, we went down to 5. And we also had a lieutenant. The lieutenant was basically he was basically doing all the administrative work that needed to be done as far as making a tracker and stuff like that for the trainees, people who need this, need that, whatever the case may be, got all their personal information, name, gender, all that good stuff, social security number, roster numbers, whatever. We went on ahead and he got all that stuff squared away. But yep, so the drill sergeants, we had to make sure I brought plenty of snacks, energy drinks and stuff like that, because while we are in yellow phase, y'all, even the drill sergeants that are living in the barracks, we can't go anywhere, because what we're doing, basically, yellow phase is like quarantine or isolation. We're still conducting reception and basic training, but we're basically in a quarantine/isolation status. So that being said, we get all these trainees from all over the United States, different places in the world even, coming to basic training. We don't know if they have the virus or not. So the first thing they do is get tested. We start training them. We stay in our main area for 2 weeks. Make sure nothing pops up with anybody. We even get tested as drill sergeants before we even get into yellow phase. We went and got tested. So we receive them. We stay with them. We don't go anywhere. We don't leave the barracks. Of course, we park our cars there and stuff, but we don't get in our cars to leave once we get the trainees there, because we're trying to stop the spread. We're trying to eliminate spreading as much as possible. We also took so many safety and procedures as far as, at our doors, at the doors that they come in, we have hand sanitizer and a water and bleach mixture to make sure, the trainees are wiping down the doors using hand sanitizer. We don't let all the trainees touch on the door. Only one trainee can touch the door at a time to let everybody out. It's crazy, man. We had a group of trainees that we had just received. Then the next night we had another group inside the barracks. We had to keep them separated by groups. Because we wanted to make sure that we weren't, like cross-contaminating, if you want to call it that. Or, we got these guys here, We got these guys over. What we were trying to do is break them down into small groups. That way, if somebody ended up having any symptoms and we took them to sick call or something like that, they get tested once they get over there because of the symptoms that they have, and it comes up that they're positive. Then with them being positive, that's what I'm saying right there. All of those who was in that same group with them initially, we don't know. Any of them could have the virus too. So that being said, that's the reason why the Army's doing yellow phase right now. We keep everybody, once we receive them, we keep everybody in one general spot for the next 2-3 weeks. Once we see everybody's cleared, we all get tested one more time just to make sure we're all cleared, and we good to go from there. Then from there, they actually go to the reception. They go to reception and they do, 3-4 days of reception or whatever they got to do over there. After that, though, y'all, after yellow phase, that's when red phase starts. Anyway, y'all, I just wanted to get up here. I know it's been a long time. I just got back from out of the barracks like 3 days ago from living in the barracks for 3 weeks. That's the reason why I haven't been putting up no videos. But I got to say thank you to all the new subscribers. If you're watching this right now and you've joined within the last 3 weeks to a month, thank you so much for coming by here and supporting the page. Y'all got to let me know in the comments what kind of stuff y'all want to know. I don't put much energy into this page just because I got to be more conformed and professional on this page. I just got to be more professional on this page. That's why I don't put as much energy. I just want to be careful about stuff that I put out. But there's a lot of stuff. There's some things I do want to talk to y'all about. I see in social media that I see soldiers doing. They got to think about stuff like they're doing on social media and stuff like that. But like I said, anyway, y'all, I'm starting to ramble. Just wanted to let y'all know what yellow phase is all about in basic training nowadays and how it is. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below if y'all have anything that y'all would like Drill Sergeant to talk about as far as basic training is concerned. That's all I really got for y'all right now, man. Y'all stay tuned. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Y'all stay focused and motivated, all right? Drill Sergeant Lynch, I'm out of here.